So my name is Melissa. I was that kid that made straight A's, was part of the basketball team, the dance line, I guess trying to figure out where I fit in. But I stopped playing basketball my senior year and because my mom was dying of cancer, and it took another route for me to cope with her being sick and her dying, which led me down to the path of using drugs. I have had a couple cases with the Department of Child Safety, formerly known as CPS. My first case was in 2008 when my daughter was born substance exposed to meth, which was an in-home case, so I got to take care of my child. Her father and I we fought. Basically, we fought all the time. The night in question is he threw a printer at myself and my daughter while I was holding her. So my daughter was removed from my care in December of 2011, 2 weeks before her third birthday. My family's first case manager at the time said, you have two choices. You can white knuckle it out here or go to rehab, inpatient. I'm like, okay, I'll go to inpatient. So I stayed 91 days and I graduated successfully. My daughter came home 2 months after that, and a few months later I had relapsed. This time I told on myself and I told everybody what had happened, and my daughter was removed from my care for the second time. Thankfully, she had went back to her placement that she was at previously. When they took my daughter, and they changed the case plan to severance and adoption, I'm like, oh no. That's not happening. So it was my own internal motivation to keep it going. So it wasn't nothing spectacular. I just knew someone else wasn't going to raise my daughter. But during that time, I got unsupervised visits. I was in recovery maintenance. I got my peer support training. I got my bachelor's degree. So me being in treatment just kind of helped me do other things in my life. But my daughter came home. Change of physical custody was April 15th in 2015. January 14th of this year, I just celebrated 9 years. Sobriety from meth. People think that we don't love our kids when we're using drugs, and that's the biggest misconception. I started using drugs to cope with my mom's illness, but as I become an adult, other things came out to explain why I did these drugs and the specific drug that I did. I didn't care about my daughter any less. I didn't love her any less. She was the reason that I was alive. I started sharing with Arizona Children's, the foster parent colleges, because I went to the Birth Foster Parent Partnership convening a few years ago, and I'm like, this is awesome to get these people to work together, because I have a great relationship with my daughter's placement. This is something that needs to happen because it's not about me and it's not about them, it's about the kids and having that relationship. So that's what got me sharing there, because I went to the Thrive conference. I'm like, hey, I'm a birth parent. Can I share my story with your foster parents? And that's what got me there. Without getting custody of my daughter back, my life would be so different. I don't know. Who knows if I'd still be sober? Who knows if I would have completed school? The reason behind getting my master's, a double master's, is because to show her that you can still accomplish whatever you want at any age of your life. So I don't know if I'd be here today.